Hello, it's me, French Ted, and we are here for our first pay-per-view of 2024. It is Blood and Guts. And here is our new welcome to the show team, because half of them have either been fired, promoted to commentator, or sent down to Ring of Honor. But before anything else, before we go into the show, the pre-show, whatever, we have an announcement to make. There are match card changes, and this is, it's my fault. I'll put my hands up. Blood and Guts is marked as a kind of TV special event, and is given TV time of 2 hours, meaning that there's no way we could have fit every single match on this card. So annoyingly, 2 matches have been taken out. They are the TNT Championship match, El Generico versus Keith Lee, and the street fight between Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker. But don't worry, they're both still happening, but they will be happening on their shows. So the AEW Dynamite main event for this week, or next week, is going to be Keith Lee and El Generico, and the main event for Collision is going to be Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker, as they would have been on this show. Still a street fight between Jamie and Britt, still a TNT title match between El Generico and Keith Lee. Very sorry. After this, I'm 100% going straight to my events, making sure they're all, 3-4 hours long, because that's what I need when I book my shows, at least 3 hours. So let's head into the card. You'll see in the description the updated card and what is going down tonight, so you can still make your predictions. If you've already made predictions for those 2 matches, don't worry, they're happening in the next episode, so it's fine. You'll still get to witness them, and hopefully they'll be great. But heading straight into the pre-show now, we have Zack Sabre Jr. defeating Calvin Tankman in 22 minutes with the European Clutch. This is the final bout between these two. I could have sworn they had great chemistry, but guess I was wrong. A 73 rating, it's fine. Tankman, I think they both underperformed. Zack Sabre Jr. usually gets around 80 plus. Tankman's normally 70, 75 plus. So underwhelming performance from the two of them. So I'm kind of glad that this is the final encounter they have. On to newer and hopefully better things for these two guys. Either way, decent match. As they said there, decent pre-show match. But the first match is a very important one for all of them, but extra important for one person in particular. It's our 4-way match for the AEW World Light Heavyweight Championship. Daniel Garcia defending his title against Bryan Danielson, Adam Cole, and Roderick Strong. And for Adam Cole in particular, he has said that 2024 is his year, and me being the owner of AEW has set him a challenge, and it is that he has to get 2 70+ rated matches before the end of Blood and Guts. This is his final match. He currently has 1 70+ rated performance, not match, performance. So this is the match he needs to prove himself. If he doesn't, he's going down to Ring of Honor, which again isn't a bad thing. Ring of Honor is killing it as of late. All of the signings and hires that I've made, that I've put down to developmental and in Ring of Honor being the child company, like they're getting some mad ratings, like so good. So I don't see this as a downgrade. In fact I see it as an opportunity, because if he goes down there, he starts putting in the work, putting in the numbers. I'll keep an eye on him and I'll bring him straight back up when I feel he's ready, as if he goes down, because I can't control the match ratings at all. I can just book the matches and hope for the best. So let's see if Adam Cole can prove not only me, but all of you wrong as well, because he has been underperforming since day 1. Let's get straight into the first match of the night. An 85. Whoa. Nice one. Go on, guys. In a bout that had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, Daniel Garcia defeats Bryan Danielson in 22, not just Bryan Danielson, Adam Cole and Roderick Strong, in 22 minutes, when he makes Roderick Strong tap out with the sharpshooter. And I tried to cover it with the mouse, but I did it in a poor way. You guys can see what Adam Cole got. Unfortunately, Adam Cole was 1 point off of a 70. He got a 69. Nice. A 69, which means Adam Cole, you're going to Ring of Honor. But looking at the other guys here, Daniel Garcia with an 87, Bryan Danielson with a 91, and Roderick Strong with a 77, which is really good for him. These guys can all hold their head up high, including Adam Cole. You know what? Hold your head up high. You did your best, but unfortunately, you are Ring of Honor bound, which isn't a bad thing. I'm going to stress that to all of you. It's not a bad thing. He's still under contract, and he can come up at any time. If anything, might make it fun. You know, when's Adam Cole returning? Oh, who knows? But Daniel Garcia continuing this impeccable form, and who's going to beat him? Let's be honest. I mean, Bryan Danielson almost did a number of times. As you know, Roderick Strong, even though he did submit, he did some great work in this match too. So it's an open door for who is going to dethrone Daniel Garcia. But this is a great run from Garcia, strength to strength, constantly, week on week. Love it. Great opening show, an 85. That set the bar for this show. Let's see if we can continue with our next match, which is the World Trios Championships, Bullet Club Gold versus La Facción. La Facción have been hyping this up because they believe they are the ones with newly introduced Sammy Guevara to take on Bullet Club Gold and take CM Punk and his boys down. So let's see what happens. A 77 performance. There we go. Not as good. In a bout that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Of course they do. Bullet Club Gold get the win. And CM Punk makes Andrade tap with the Anaconda Vice. One of my favourite wrestling moves. And that is defense number 2 of the AEW World title. CM Punk, of course, head and shoulders above everyone else. All members of La Facción doing great work in the mid-70s. Kenta doing pretty good for someone who's in poor form, a 67. I can't wait for that poor form to disappear because I imagine his numbers are just going to skyrocket. And Chris Bay with a very good 68. He's done really, really well lately. Got the crowd hotter, which is what we care about. And yeah, a decent match. 77 isn't the best, but it's green, so we're happy. And La Facción are a really great faction. I'm sure they'll get another opportunity, whether it's here, the tag division, something. They'll always be present. So looking forward to seeing what they can do with Sammy Guevara. At least it's not Shinsuke. But that is that title defense check. That's 2 title defenses in a row. Can we make it 3? Because we've got the AEW World Tag Team Championship now. The Golden Lovers defending their title against Aussie Open, who have been like unreal. They've just shot up week in, week out, getting better and better in singles matches, tag team matches. You know, they've just been non-stop, and I'm really, really excited for this one. I'm hoping it will kill it. So let's find out now. 84, I'll take that. 84 is pretty good. In about that had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. The Golden Lovers defeat Aussie Open in 15 minutes when Kenny Omega pins Mark Davis after a golden trigger. The Golden Lovers make defense number 2 of their World Tag Team titles. That's the 3rd defense in the row. No titles changing hands tonight, apparently. Kenny gets a 92, of course he does. Kyle Fletcher with an 81, that's good to see. Mark Davis with a 79 and Kota with a 75, which isn't bad given that his physical abilities are declining by the day. But yeah, really good match. I'd love to do a rematch of this sometime down the line because Aussie Open just get better every time you see him. So I could just imagine the numbers growing week in, week out. But Golden Lovers seem like they can't be stopped right now. Kenny's in the form of his life. Kota's doing some really, really good work. And with the Lucha Brothers out of the picture, obviously Penta's focused on the international title. Don't know what Rey Fenix is up to. I can't see anyone stopping the Golden Lovers now. They've become our new Lucha Brothers. But yeah, really solid match. I'm happy with it. Let's continue, and we're heading into the match that I kind of forgot but didn't forget because we talk about it every episode. It's the AEW Women's World Championship match, the match that was missing from my notes in the last episode. We've got AJ Mendes, the champion, defending against Hikaru Shida and Demi Bennett. Both of those women winning the month-long AEW Women's Contender Tournaments. Hikaru Shida winning the Dynamite bracket in pretty convincing fashion, and Demi Bennett winning in even more convincing fashion. Both of them having awesome final matches against Kairi and Jamie Hayter. So yeah, this should be a good one. I'm hoping. I've got my fingers crossed, got everything crossed. Let's find out and see what happens. 78, I'll take that. 78's good. It's great. It's more than great. In a bout that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, Demi Bennett gets the win. Oh, she was the favourite going in, and she is the winner coming out. She pins AJ Mendes, the champion, with the Riptide, you know, making it a real win when you pin the champion. And Demi Bennett has won the Women's World title. Looking at the performances here, Shida with an 80, Bennett with an 80. Wow, imagine if AJ wasn't here. This probably could have been one hell of a match. But AJ was there because she was the champion, but no more is she the champion. Demi Bennett's reign begins, and if I'm being completely honest, I can see this being a very, very long title reign. Who is going to stop Demi Bennett? I mean, Shida's great, she really is, but you know, Demi Bennett's been on one hell of a warpath since joining AEW, and that momentum is just going to keep building and building and building. So congratulations, Demi Bennett, our first new champion of the night. And yeah, awesome. High fives all round. That was a high five. I don't know if you heard it. But up next, we're heading backstage. We've got a little break from the wrestling. It's an interview with Eddie Kingston. And in the 81 rated interview, Kingston just reflects on being included in the match night. He said, usually someone like me, we don't get opportunities on a show like this for a title like this. So, you know, I'm not taking it for granted. I am the current Ring of Honor World Champion. Spoiler, he is. So it would be, you know, history making for me to win the AEW World title, be a double World Champion within the AEW Ring of Honor ecosystem. And yeah, I'm going to go out there, give it my all. So let's go. So good old Eddie Kingston, great on the mic, performed well. 81, hyping up that main event tonight. And hopefully it's going to be one hell of a doozy. But first, we've got the match I'm most excited for. It is the formerly known as Young Bucks, because they are dead now, Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, brother against brother. The bad blood between these two has been growing and growing and growing. Nick turning on his brother dramatically and beating him senseless week in, week out until Matt had enough and attacked him last week. This match, I'm hoping, will be awesome. Let's see how it goes. An 87. Oh, look at that. So in a bout that had great wrestling, fuck's ain't good, it had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, Nick Jackson gets the win in a one-on-one no DQ match by stoppage when Matt Jackson physically could not continue. This is not the first time Nick Jackson has ended a match like this recently. The referee made the decision that Matt Jackson could not continue. There were some crazy spots in this match. You know, they brawled all the way out into the crowd. They were everywhere in the arena. It took the referee all of his power to get them back to the ring. But by the time they were back at the ring, Matt was just a bloody mess. Nick was just over and over again super kicking and stomping the literal life out of his brother Matt until the referee had to call it and stop the match. So Nick Jackson wins, and we sincerely hope that Matt Jackson is okay, because this was not a wrestling match. This was a fight, and it very quickly became a one-sided one when Nick got the upper hand. Nick is just evil, let's be honest. He's not the Nick Jackson that we all knew and loved back in day. When I say back in day, I mean like a month and a half ago. He's a changed man, and he is calling himself the best buck, as his entrance suggests. So, you know, it's all changed. He's got a darker theme and everything. And yeah, Nick gets the win and comes out the victor. 87 rated match, awesome. I'll take it and I'll put that in my back pocket for later. But we head backstage now, where Renee is interviewing Demi Bennett, and Demi Bennett just says, what did I tell you? She said, I said I was going to win the tournament. I did that. I said I was going to win the title. I did that. No one can stop me. I might collect the TBS title too, who knows. And then Renee says, a couple of weeks ago, Bennett, I don't know if you said this jokingly or not, but you did say that you would give Britt Baker a title shot down the line. Is there any truth to that? And Demi just goes, okay, how about this? If Britt Baker defeats Jamie Hayter at AEW Collision, she can have a title shot, because it doesn't matter who I'm facing. I'm going to win. I've proven that since I debuted in AEW, and I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to retire with this belt, Renee. That's how good I am. And she just, you know, says, I'm done now. I'll see you later. And she just walks off. belt over the shoulder, loving life. And Renee just goes, oh, well, there you have it. An added stipulation, I guess, to the street fight at Collision. If Britt Baker can defeat Jamie Hayter, she gets that title shot that Demi Bennett jokingly offered, but is now seriously offering. So that should be very exciting. Following this, though, we head back to the arena, the ring, and the lights have gone down, and we're all wondering what the hell is happening. When suddenly we hear music that's kind of familiar, but not entirely. Suddenly, the lights come up, and standing at the top of the ramp, leather jacket, collar popping, it is Prince Devitt. And Renee is on double duty. She runs to the ring after an incredible entrance from Prince Devitt. She comes down and says, whoa, Prince Devitt is all elite, and he is set to debut on Dynamite next week. And he just stands there looking menacing as hell, taking in all the applause and the reactions. Devitt is here, and he is all elite. A huge announcement prior to our main event. And, you know, this is another main event player, Prince Devitt. We're stacking him in AEW now. And, yeah, it's impossible for us to have a bad show when we've got talent like this on the card. And his debut match will be at Dynamite this week. Not the main event, because that is saved for El Generico and Keith Lee. But Devitt will be there, and he will be in action. So watch this space, because it's going to be bloody good. Let's see, what's his gimmick? Prince as a gimmick. Oh, that makes sense, you know. Cool. It got a rating of great. We'll take that. Oh, it says it there. Don't worry. But now I believe this takes us to our main event. This feels like a really short show just because we're restricted to the 2 hours. I think from now on I'm going to do like copies and multiple saves after every show, just so that we can go back and edit things like this in the future. But we're here. It is our main event. Jay White has had a target on his back for God knows how long, since he became champion. Not just for people that want the belt, but people that just want him to fail, i.e. CM Punk. CM Punk has been sticking his nose in Jay White's business non-stop since Winter is Coming, and I doubt it's going to stop now. But it kind of in a positive, Jay White will be locked inside a cell with Jon Moxley, Hangman Page, and Eddie Kingston. So there's no way for Punk to get in. Or is there? I'm joking. So this is the main event, the 4-way match. Jay White defending his AEW World Heavyweight Champion, his only belt, because he lost the international title a couple of weeks ago. And he's facing, as mentioned, Jon Moxley, who earned this shot by defeating Adam Page. Adam Page, who originally had the shot, but won it back in a 3-on-3 trios match. And Eddie Kingston, who somehow also won the shot in that match, thanks to Nigel McGuinness and Adam Page. And then further earning it by defeating Pac recently on Collision. Let's head straight into it. Hopefully it's good. Let's go. An 85. I'll take it, sure. In a bout that had superb wrestling, apparently, and great heat, Jon Moxley defeats Jay White, Hangman Adam Page, and Eddie Kingston in 25 minutes when he makes Eddie Kingston submit with the Bulldog choke. During the match, CM Punk ran in and attacked Jay White. You're wondering how? How is that possible? Well, the cell can only hold them for so long, and with people like Moxley and Kingston who have no, respect for their own bodies, and as you can see, Kingston's got injured because he took one hell of a stunt bump during this match, which collapsed one panel of the cell, allowing Punk to come in and attack Jay White, preventing him from holding onto his belt. And Jon Moxley, being the opportunist that he is, took advantage of the clearly injured Eddie Kingston and choked him out to get the win, meaning that Jon Moxley is our new AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Wow. Can you believe it? Looking at the performances, it looks like most people underperform, not going to lie. Jay White with a 76, Moxley with an 86, Hangman with a 93, and Kingston with an 84. Let's look at the dirt sheet. Did the injury impact the match? Yes, it was disrupted by injury. So, what could it have been? because injuries normally knock the score down by 5 to 10 points. So this was a 90-95 match. That's frustrating. Anyways, Moxley is our new champion. Woo! And who knows what's going to happen here. Jay White is now beltless. I'm losing my voice here. Jay White is now beltless because of CM Punk both times. And this is how we end our show. Moxley drenched in blood, standing tall. Kingston having to be stretchered out because it says badly herniated, so he's probably going to be out for a while. Hangman Adam Page also blood running down his face, exhausted from the match, and Jay White completely out cold because of CM Punk, who's now at the top of the ramp, just doing a little cheeky wave to Jay White. And that is how we end our show. But we do have a little post-match video for all of you guys that like to jump on Twitter after the show. And it is, oh, okay, thanks, Sting. Sting's a road agent now? Who knew? And this is just CM Punk, Chris Bay, and Kenta, the Trios champions, celebrating the downfall of Jay White. CM Punk says, I told you that this would happen. This was my plan from the start, and it's gone down so well. From 2 belts to 0 in 2 weeks. You can't do anything better than me. I'm the best in the world at what I do, and what I did was ruin your career, Jay. So I'll be waiting on Dynamite because, you know, he can't come to Collision anymore. He goes, and if you want to do anything about this, we'll be waiting. And then Punk, Bay, Kenta do their little Bullet Club symbol. Not the Bang Bang, because that's Jay White's. Their own little Bullet Club symbol. They hold it high and, fades to black. Punk, you motherfucker, ruining Jay White's. Jay White had an incredible run leading into the new year, and Punk has done everything possible to ruin that, and ruin that he has. So I definitely think revenge is on the cards. But that is how we end our show. Let's see how we did. An 85 rated show. I will take that. Slightly underperformed in my eyes. I feel like this could have been so much better, but match of the night, which I'm glad was match of the night, because this is the match I was hoping would, you know, elevate the show. Nick Jackson defeating Matt Jackson by stoppage, so we do need to check on and see how Matt Jackson is. Well, I'm sure we'll find out in Dynamite. But yeah, what a show. Let's just make a speech. My voice is going by the second. Nick Jackson, we'll... I don't really want to point him out as a good example. We'll say great performance because, you know, he's a bit of a naughty boy. Who else did well? Well, this was an 85 here. Hold on, Adam Cole. Let's give Adam Cole a hug because he's going back down to Ring of Honor by Adam Cole. And then, you know what? John Moxley, he won. He's our champion, so we need to give him a hug as well. I do want to praise Demi Bennett. Nick Jackson, screw you. Demi Bennett, give a hug as well. Just tell her she's awesome, because she is. Okay, that is what we're going to do. And we'll have to... Let's swap these over because I want to end it on Adam Cole's face. That is how we are going to end the show. So Demi Bennett is pleased. Moxley, he loves a hug, doesn't he? And Adam Cole seems pleased, but I don't think he realizes that he is no longer part of All Elite Wrestling. Adam Cole, Baby, is now Ring of Honor, Baby. Thank you very much for watching, guys. The fallout from this is going to be insane. We've got the 2 matches that couldn't make it on the card. So we've got Keith Lee, El Generico, Jamie Hayter, Britt Baker, all in the main events of their shows. We've got the debut of Prince Devitt. We've got the fallout from the world title match. Punk, Jay White, what's going to happen, among many other things. Nick Jackson, where does he go from here if, you know, Matt Jackson's not around? Who knows? I mean, I don't know right now, to be honest. We're going to have to sit on the drawing board and figure it out. But yeah, a mad show. And let's just take a look at Adam Cole one last time. Goodbye, my boy. It's been fun. I mean, it's not been fun. But the biggest disappointment is no more. Yeah, sorry, Adam Cole. We tried. And you failed. So, I need to stop. Poor Adam Cole, I'm sorry. I do like Adam Cole to a degree, but he's underperformed so much. I mean, the same thing might happen to Shinsuke, because he's even worse than Adam Cole, and that really annoys me. I'm tempted just to release Shinsuke, but I'm going to give it a while. I think we're going to do another roster review probably March, April time, I'm thinking, because then we'll be coming up to a year of AEW in this series. So I think when we get to a year, we could do a little review. We've got so much money in the bank, I can just release people and pay out their contracts. I'm not fussed, because there's no sign of us losing money at all anytime soon. So yeah, either way, I'm going to stop rambling. This is a whole episode itself of me rambling. So sorry, Adam Cole, Ring of Honor bound. Although Eddie Kingston's got seriously injured, which means the Ring of Honor World title could be vacated. Perfect timing for Adam Cole to slide in and win. Who knows? I'll keep an eye on that, don't worry, and I'll let you guys know. But that is it for today's episode. I'm sorry for so much talking at the end. Thank you. Please leave your comments, reactions, your predictions. Don't cheat. Your predictions and everything. And yeah, thank you very much. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Yeah.